All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of our intellectual exchange. And we have a captivating topic to look into today, exploring the intersection of STEM education and global citizenship. Joining us today is a distinguished guest, Rania Lampou, an esteemed educator and advocate for innovative teaching methods. Rania is a multi-awarded educator, global educator, STEM instructor, ICT teacher trainer, researcher in cognitive neuroscience, international speaker, author, and global peace ambassador in Greece. Currently, she's a STEM instructor at the Greek Astronomy and Space Company, and she is also working at the Greek Ministry of Education at the Directorate of Educational Technology and Innovation, where she writes STEAM projects for Greek schools. Welcome, Rania. It's an honor to have you with us today. The floor is yours. Over to you, Rania.
Well, greetings from Greece. I'm very honored and very happy to be invited in this very interesting program, international and intellectual exchange program. And the topic today, I think, is more relevant than ever. As I always say, STEM is the future of education. I would like to thank Work of Education, of course, program, and you, Dr. Gloria, for the invitation. So today we're going to explore this magical world of STEM education, how it's related to global citizenship, to internationalization, especially after the COVID pandemic, since we are connected all together, teachers, students who have the opportunity to participate in so many international collaborative projects, how STEM is related also to issues of sustainability, of sustainable development goals, what are some innovative teaching strategies that we apply in the classroom, and I will also present some of my multi-award winning projects.
Wow.
So I think what I like to say, I will, if you allow me, I can share my presentation now.
Yeah, feel free to.
Stop sharing. I think it's visible now.
Yeah, I can see it is visible.
Okay. So we're talking about the fifth, and already some experts talk about the sixth international, actually not only collaboration explosion, but also what we call industrial revolution. I'm working at the Greek Ministry of Education, the Directorate of Educational Technology and Innovation. Here, I've launched the last 2 years a STEM workshop for students of primary secondary education who are coming in the selections of the ministry, and they get experimented with different materials, and they learn some elementary basics of robotics and programming. Apart from this, I'm also the founder and coordinator of several STEM international projects addressed to underprivileged people around the world. So we talk about Industry 5.0, and this entails a new curriculum, the curriculum of the fifth industrial revolution, because futurizing education should go along with a revolution of the curriculum. This is the first one, and this has three actually main axes. The first one, we talk about content. We need to upgrade the technical aspect of the curriculum, so integrate more hands-on activities. Integrate at the same time, not technical disciplines. This have to do with sustainability, with diversity, question of ethics, social inclusion. Students are not robots, and they need to know also the part of, they need to be, to have a clear vision and what we call values-based education. Yes, I'm teaching STEM, but at the same time, we need to understand that the humanistic dimension is also important. We'll talk about new methods of assessment, evaluation. Till now, we don't have global frameworks for STEM, to teaching STEM. And evaluation is another big issue that we need to discuss. Promote, of course, collaborations, connections between STEM education, career opportunities, and in any case, adopt always a holistic approach. Recently, we have first European extended teaching framework, it's actually for us in order to to have some guidelines about how we can implement the STEM innovative practice in education. If we talk about learning environment, and STEM, this has to do with problem, inquiry, challenge, project-based learning, how to create a culture that accepts potential mistakes, so how to embrace failure, how to stimulate creativity, facilitate, of course, collaborative learning, stimulate technology-enabled learning, and on the other hand, foster partnerships. This is a key, and the most important, how to increase university industry collaboration and how to recognize the role of industry companies as partners in the education. Because still here in Greece, for instance, we have the misperception that the private sector should not be included, should not intervene with educational projects. This is wrong because recently, lately, all around the world, there are many STEM hackathons which are organized, and the STEM hackathons are a type of competition where we invite students to invent, for instance, a device, to invent something that could help the environment, for example, climate change. A robotics device, everything. So these students have the opportunities already at a very young age to submit their innovative projects. So we select the best one, and these projects, after they are selected by the industries, by the companies, they become a product. So students at a very young age saw the opportunity to make a difference, to make a change in the world by this kind of innovative mindset. Recently also was in a workshop, in a STEM workshop, with students, with primary school students in a Greek island, remote island. And there I was surprised because I asked students what will be their, give me some solutions about how we can help environment if they had the opportunity to use, for instance, robotics. In 5 minutes, they gave me amazing solutions. How to create, for instance, a system that could prevent wildfires, how to create robots that could clean up or clean the seas. In 5 minutes, I had 30 innovative answers from students. So we can understand that young people have a very innovative mindset, and these ideas of youth can be implemented in order to promote sustainability and all these UN sustainable development goals. So create more opportunities for exchanging experiences with other education institutions, create a strong network of STEM professionals. This is important. Facilitate peer-to-peer, and as I said before, encourage a shift from human-machine interaction towards human-machine collaboration. Here in Europe, we have a scientists community for science education and scientists and STEM Alliance. They organize a lot of also competitions. It serves as a repository for resources. So, teachers can find numerous thousands of resources about the STEM. Many organizations such as the Science Festival, international competitions, and programs funded by the European Union. So this has to do STEM. We talk about STEM and global citizenship, and this is related with internationalization, international aspects of the curriculum. How this will be more inclusive, how this should have ethical concerns, how we can help students develop the cultural competencies instead of being only focused, instead of focus only on grades and academic performance. So focus on mobility also, that thanks to these funded programs, students have the opportunity and teachers to visit other countries and exchange, or not only physical mobility, but also virtual mobility through all these virtual sessions that you organize with teachers and students in other countries. We can promote this global citizenship. So the national aspects have to do with a more open, digital, participating learning environment, how we can promote all these competencies that have to do, of course, digital competencies, transversal, green, life skills, lifelong learning, lifelong employability, social inclusion, active citizenship, and personal development. The curriculum should be regularly updated, take into consideration all these AI tools now. Artificial intelligence is predominant. It should be in line with both national local and international contexts, and at the same time provide an appropriate degree of autonomy, flexibility, and funding, of course. So offer more opportunities for mobility, for more learner-centered activities, and at the same time, the curriculum should be more accessible for vulnerable groups, people with disabilities, with women. We know that women in STEM are still underrepresented, and also other people with, for instance, a migrant background. So all this has to do with problem, project, production-based learning to engage students always in authentic real-world tasks intended to stimulate actual workplace situations. And the new trend in this education, this learning, it is personalized individual students. Students have the option to choose, to define, to select what they want to learn. So when we design a curriculum, we should take into consideration students' opinion. Students will be exposed to more project-based learning, and as I said before, we have new methods of assessment. So mentoring projects, internships, hands-on learning through field experience, and STEM is actually vital to our futures because we are in what we call knowledge-intensive economy, and STEM projects focus always on inquiry, student-led investigation through open-ended real-life problems in order to help students become out-of-the-box thinkers and creators. The STEM actually is important because STEM jobs are the future of the economy. STEM promotes critical thinking, provides unique opportunities for teamwork, helps students develop project management skills, and of course, this has to do with the new trends nowadays, as I mentioned, the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence with STEM is an excellent opportunity to open the door to students to the future, we could say. So AI-powered learning, immersive education is related with augmented reality, virtual reality, how these amazing immersive technologies, which are very engaging and challenging for students, can be combined with STEM education. How STEM education can be applied in order to promote sustainability, as I said before, how to transform a classroom into a green classroom, circular classroom, embrace of the principles of the circular economy. Blended learning, of course, modern learning approach, robotics is the biggest trend, I think, nowadays around the world. Many festivals, thousands of students participate. They invent amazing patents and programming, computational thinking. So this is inquiry-based learning, which has to do with how students observe the nature, phenomena around them, how they can generate hypotheses, how they identify problems, so they try to give solutions, they plan, investigate, analyze, interpret, create models. The 5 and 7E models and what are characteristics of STEM students. They should be, of course, logical thinkers, problem solvers, innovators, inventors, self-reliant, always technologically literate, and STEM education reflects 21st century skills, creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, and communication. STEM, if we integrate A, we have also arts, because if you talk about primary education, it is impossible to teach STEM without integrating arts. You can say this from my own experience. Why? Because the value of arts should go along with technical skills. So nowadays, blended skills are the skills which are actually sought after in business also. Creativity, design, but at the same time, logical, mathematical skills. So STEM is all this transdisciplinary approach that aims to promote research spirit, autonomy, empirical inquiry learning, active participation of students through trial and error, and of course, social skills. We know how arts can boost thinking skills, positive school environment. And here you can see the difference, how this interdisciplinary approach always is holistic, because it brings integration of different disciplines in harmonious manner to construct new knowledge. Today also we talk about the great STEM as an effort to combine the two more cognitive disciplines in one project. So this is the magic of STEM, that in one project we can do at the same time physics, technology, science, arts. All this is inspired by the makerspace movement, all these places that help students to make something with their hands and explore and discover different opportunities with their hands. When we talk about one category of STEM is STEM Unplugged, but this still, of course, can be used to engage computational thinking dimensions. Computational thinking, it's important to bring computational thinking in the classroom because it has, first of all, has multifaceted nature, and because it can help students become more familiarized with programming, coding, and all these things. It's how to identify and find solutions. All these components of computational thinking, decomposition, pattern recognition, abstraction, algorithmic thinking, and the new also trend, especially here in Greece, it's physical computing. Physical computing, which combines digital elements with the real world. We give for devices such as Arduino or Raspberry or something like that to students, and we tell them, for instance, to take measurements on to create a device that could help with moisture or anything like that. So this has to do with physical computing, and comprises some important pedagogical stages, some plaque making, tinkering, or remixing. Educational technologies can help promote STEM, such as the Internet of Things, we have Internet of Me also, with wearable technologies, smart clothes, smart jewelries, everything is available. It's very challenging for students. Cloud computing, 3D printing, data analytics, machine learning, of course, gamification. So recently, I had the chance to participate in many projects about this. It's important because we can shift from passive consumers to prosumers. We can possibly to produce a consumer object, and in this way, we can gain what we call a repair mindset, a sense of maker movement. We can experience prototyping a 3D production, and in this way, we can build design thinking in our classroom. This is my activity in the Ministry, the Greek Ministry of Education. This is not about 3D printer. Actually it's something that we have created on our own. Why I did this? Because we ask the students to disassemble and reassemble the different parts of the 3D printer, because it's the best way to realize how this works. So a lot of activities on this and innovative strategies of them, as of course with hands-on, with labs, virtual or remote labs, with science clubs also, children's lab science exhibition and science fairs. Many opportunities, storytelling, also role play, it's important, especially in primary education. Here is a project that the students created, and they created a pair of classes addressed to people who have visual impairment problems. And they went out, they created a company, virtual company, the prize. They went out to community, they sold this project. So this is amazing because they combine at the same time entrepreneurial skills, STEM education, which is this is made with Arduino, and community-based learning, because they went out to parents, to mayor, and to local community to sell this project. So this is why I'm telling it is magic, the magical world of STEM. In one project, you can combine everything. STEM, another trend, this combines STEM with culture. And recently, I was in a conference about this. This has to do, as I said before, how to combine, how to boost actually the digital cultural heritage of each country. I can show you an example. This was a project I have participated recently. It is a European funded program, a 3D printing cultural accelerator for education, international project, how to learn the European traditional monuments. So here you can see some example. I can show you what the students created. They learned a lot, about the history through making. So they try to print it, and they designed the printed some monuments of different countries, and they learned a lot about photogrammetry. And I had a chance also to connect with the first expert who created actually the first home house, 3D printing house in Germany, in Europe. So this is a friend of mine. I had a chance also to take an interview from him. Here you can see how it's the first house, all 3D printing, and so you can understand how students get excited with this, how much things they can learn. Value for me said before, knowledge alone is not enough. We need to utilize knowledge with cognitive, social, emotional, and practical skills. What is the problem so far? Of course, it's something which is rising. It's underpins the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Of course, still we can notice a gender gap, as I mentioned before, because still there are stereotypes which persist. I want to say my example here. I got a report from the European Union, here the Greek Ministry, which says that shows the number of women in STEM is actually for in some fields like computer science is decreasing. So I was shocked because we organized so many events, so many conferences, so many funded initiatives for women, girls go in coding, many European programs, and I was shocked. For instance, in Greece, the numbers fell by 10%, and in Europe, 3%. Engineers, there's a very, very small increase, it's actually the numbers that are the same. So you may understand, and the reason that the European Union gave about this, how women in STEM are still underrepresented, is that the stereotypes still persist, and that women lack confidence. They think that they're not welcomed by the world of science, and they are not, capable enough to deal with the STEM fields. Of course, a recommendation about this is how universities should actually organize campaigns and offer mentoring and the counseling to the students. We need online tools and more evidence-based strategies on this in order to encourage women and girls in STEM, raise awareness also, especially to parents. I share some project with my students about women in STEM. And in higher education, of course, enrollments in STEM disciplines are increasing. You can see, for instance, in robotics, there is an explosion of the programs offered about master's and PhD degrees. However, when we talk about secondary education, still the way that the science is taught does not help students realize its importance to society, because still we teach physics in a boring way, an interesting way, fragmented manner, which this causes students to lose their interest in science and technology. This means that we need to go back to primary education, and primary teachers face a lot of challenges also, because they need to find curriculum time. They need to be confident, said that they lack confidence, especially primary school teachers, when they have to teach science. So the weak subject knowledge contributes to low confidence and poor pedagogical skills, and this means that this kind of teachers cannot inspire students for STEM. STEM in early childhood also, because I think it's the best age that students are naturally makers. They can do, they love exploring and make things with their hands. So the curiosity of students, that's why CERNAS and the European Organization for Nuclear Research organizes programs about quantum physics to STEM, to preschool children with great success. Of course, we talk about challenges of implementing STEM has to do with curriculum, how we can integrate this in the curriculum, the lack of STEM teachers, because we don't have enough teachers who graduate from STEM studies. And of course, resources and funding, because the equipment of robotics is very expensive. We need sponsors, we need funding from the government. In any case, if we talk about evaluation and assessment, we want to examine the quality of our STEM lessons. We need to examine if students identify social problems, if they are able to use an engineering design process to guide their thinking, and if they have created or tested prototypes as solutions. And global citizenship said before the nationalization, how this can happen, the focus on international competencies, high value competencies such as curiosity, productivity, resilience, knowledge of other cultures, and at the same time, expand international activities to other countries, create more opportunities for visits and exchanges. And here is the strategic skills agenda. Here is the lifelong learning and mobility, quality, efficiency. internationalization has to do with how we can help students to create, as I said before, collaborations to foster cultural exchanges and awareness, try to be engaged with the local communities. Of course, internationalization is an ongoing evolutionary developmental process. So what I suggest, if we don't want to promote global citizenship and STEM education, to participate in national competition. This is the first one. It's very important and very challenging for students. And therefore for their professional development, to participate in the national development projects and in any case, be open to any internationalizing initiative in the home country. Structural reforms has to do with how we can use innovative methods, how to improve our curriculum, how to align our programs with the labor market. Very important. We need to explain to our students that STEM professions are sought after. And what is the role of teachers? We are, of course, the role of teachers is always a facilitator here. Some international programs here are Erasmus Plus programs. They're funded, e-twinning programs. In Greece, very recently, we have a reform in our curriculum, which comprises for the first time STEM and robotics. It's an optional, but it's a great step for Greece. And here are some STEM workshops I'm organizing with the Greek ministry, and how I got involved before concluding. And in the magical world of STEM, I had the chance to participate in a very innovative program, which is called Playing with Protons, organized by CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. And I had to teach physics to students of 6 to 12 years old. The challenges were that I had to redesign the curriculum, which does not include modern physics and quantum physics. The second, that I had to teach to students of a very young age. I had to design activities for physics that would be suitable and tailored to their needs, to their age, to their interest. And at the same time, I had to teach to students with the privileged communities. I had to sometimes to pay from my own pocket for the materials. And many challenges. I had teachers parents who told me, I don't want my child at the age of 7 years old to learn particle physics, so I had to organize many pedagogical sessions. However, at the end of the academic year, when students performed amazing things, they created amazing activities, this was the success of the program. All students told me that I want to be a physicist, I want to go to CERN. For concluding, I'm organizing also some STEM workshops with the Greek Astronomy Space Company and try to help students how to increase their scientific knowledge and how to acquire some elements of scientific method. And before concluding, I want to show you some of my, in the Greek Astronomy Space Company, here you can see it's a pointer. Some of my works with the European Space Education Resource Office. We prepare students with international competitions and Astro by ESA, the European Space Agency, with the competition of CANSAT. And some here was the program I mentioned, the CMS particle detector, and what the students did. This is the structure. They created this through 3D printing, through wood and material, with drinking straws. You can see here in pills, with jewelry, with Lego, all materials. So they realized they learned what is CERN. Yeah. CMS experiments with less circuit and less chaser circuit, Atlas, many digital free tools that we use, augmented reality. Here you can see models of electric generator, virtual galleries, whole courses of particle physics using the platform CRAM, a whole timeline about particle physics. It was a huge project. And before concluding, I want to say that also I'm here in Greece try to inspire teachers and English teachers. And organized a very popular show which was called Science and Nose to Bullying. Here you can see that students can learn how to create a battery, lemon battery. At the same time, we learn English because we have this worksheet and teach students experiment with different materials and they learn conditionals in English grammar. If I use the safety pin, will the ball light up? So they learn English at the same time. And why bullying? Because here you can see 5 yellow lemons and 1 green. The green is one for the victim of bullying. So we integrated also sociology in the classroom and arts at the end because they presented this theatrically. I'm also volunteer teaching STEM with Children's Oncological Hospital with refugees and many international projects in Africa, in Nigeria about gender-based violence, all the STEM projects. So many things. This is one environmental project, and here Greece is also changing the climate. For this project, I have received over 200 awards. I was elected among the best teachers in the world with the Global Teacher Prize and Global Teacher Award. Thank you very much. I'll try to stick to the time.
It's amazing. Well done. This is awesome, honestly. In fact, I'm just baffled because what you've just presented to us today is just, I don't know how to put it. I would say thought-provoking, honestly. And many women should emulate you because what you're doing in Greece, if we can replicate it in other countries, I don't think the sustainable development goals we're talking about, we won't even count up to 2030 before we achieve them. Thank you very much for all that you do. I truly appreciate. And thank you also for coming. And I believe that your presentation today is going to be inspiring to many because once they watch it, I know that they're going to learn a lot. And well done for all that you do. I truly appreciate. Well done. Keep up the good work you're doing. Thank you very much. Renata, welcome to our intellectual exchange. Please, do you have any question for Rania before we call it a day?
Good afternoon. Oh, at least it's afternoon in my place or evening already. Hello, Gloria. Hello, Rania.
Hello.
It was mind-blowing. I was just listening and listening. So much to say. So I would just like to say congratulations to all you have been doing already. And as for me, just to present myself, I've been an IB educator for 8 years. So being in the IB, we have the PYP. So I've been teaching in primary, and we've been working with the students a lot on STEM as well. And I mean, it's an integrated part of the whole program of inquiry, and we are really teaching them to be lifelong learners. So it's really close to me what you have been talking about. But I've seen a lot that we can improve and we can add so much more as well. So thank you so much. Thank you for sharing all this with me as well.
Thank you, Renata. I would love to collaborate with you in the future and wish you the best for the future endeavors. So you are from which country?
I'm originally from Hungary, but currently I've been working in Italy. So I'm from Italy.
So you're working
right
in Italy
now.
on STEM,
Yeah.
primary
At the
education.
International School of Milan, yes.
Perfect. I would love to collaborate. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you very much, Rania. Thank you, Renata, for joining us today. I truly appreciate this. I've learned a lot, and just like Renata just said, that we still have a lot to do because you did what I listened today is just like an eye opener. You've just opened my eye more to what I need to do because we still have a lot to do. So thank you very much, and I appreciate this. And please, I will be inviting you again. I hope you honor the invitation because we are preparing for a multi-discipline conference coming up in June. So please, I will appreciate it if you join us. And Renata, please, I would also appreciate if you can make it to the program. It's going to be
with
first
pleasure.
week of June. Okay, thank you very much. Is there any other thing you need to say before we call it a day? Rania, any other thing you need to say? Oh, we have someone here.
Yes, I want to say that, as I said before, we need to encourage students more in international competitions and festivals like robotics, because this give them great opportunities to enter the labor market and in contact with the industries also and companies. Yes,
Okay.
hello.
Hello. You're welcome to our intellectual exchange. I'm sorry, I don't think maybe the time zone you didn't convert the time properly, because we're about rounding off the program. You're welcome, Mr. Vishram. You're on mute, Mr. Vishram.
Yeah, so thank you very much, and I could just make it in time. So nice to see you, Gloria, and Rania also.
You.
Rania
Yes.
And Renata. Okay,
Yes.
so this is from India. I'm Vishram from India, and the traditional way of when we welcome, we say namaste like that. Okay.
Namaste.
No.
Namaste. Thank you very much for
Namaste.
coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just missed because STEM is our subject also, and we do a lot for women entrepreneurs. So I connected with Gloria, but I would love to connect with you, Rania and Renata also, if you permit, uh, and we can see how we can, collaborate in this. Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Of course,
Sure.
of course.
So I'm
Yeah.
going to add you all to our group on WhatsApp, so that we can for
Yep.
more for yes, so that we can communicate easily. So we have less than
Yes.
1 minute, so I think we should call it a day now, and we're going to
Yes.
communicate
Yes. Yes.
more on WhatsApp. All right. So
Yes. Yes.
okay. All right. See
I
you all later.
Thank you.
think
Okay.
I have shared my number. Yeah.
No, you
Thank you.
haven't.
Thank
Maybe
you.
I
Okay.
should
Thank you.
collect your
Bye.
number from LinkedIn. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
I think. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Thank
All
you.
right.